Today is a bit of a rainy day in Hamilton, and what do you do when it's a rainy day? You do something that's free, and you do something that's inside.
The museum of the day is the Waikato Museum. To get there, we decide to walk along the Waikato River, and along the way we actually stumble upon a pumpkin, because that makes sense. This pumpkin was just sitting on a bench, having a little look at the river and just minding its own business.
After being an idiot with a pumpkin, we walk into the forest and it turns into like boardwalks and steps. In order to get to the Waikato Museum, we decide to take the scenic route, which is along the riverside. It's the Waikato River Sidewalk.
And we keep on strolling along the Waikato River and head back toward the city to get inside the Waikato Museum, which is dedicated to the whole Waikato. So if you don't know what is Waikato, is the whole region that Hamilton is the capital city.
Outside the Waikato Museum is where the art starts. There's a piece of art called the Tongue of the Dog. And that's because the water from the waterfall is coming out so flat and so long, it's like a dog's tongue. That's my interpretation of it anyway, I guess. See, I take the time to like appreciate art.
We're starting with the big waka because that's the one thing I want to see the most, right? This big canoe. So waka is basically a war canoe which used to sit 20 to 30 Maori warriors. It's incredible to just picture 20 or 30 of those dudes sitting in this canoe and just making their way around. It's such like, you know, it's super fast and go wah and jump from the canoe or anything. I mean, I have the whole story going in my head while I walk around the canoe. It's amazing.
There's like many of these you can actually see all around New Zealand, but this one I think is particularly nice because they've like decorated it with like feathers and it looks really fancy. Can't imagine it actually being out on the water. I think it's only for decorative purposes, but it's a pretty cool canoe. I'm taking pictures at this thing for way too long. I think we spend probably the most time in that exhibition. The next sort of couple exhibitions are some contemporary Maori art, which is like neon colours. It's kind of like a rave in there. It's like Maori meets rave, and this is what you get.
And they're really colourful and really pretty, and I like them. Then we're moving on to a modern art gallery with white painted moth stuck all over the corner of the wall.
You can interpret that however you want. Yeah.
We're doing another stroll through the city to try to find back the hostel.
And there's one street that we find that's way different from the rest of Hamilton. It's called Casabella Lane, and it's sort of like the most European looking street in New Zealand. There's like a mix of Greece, a mix of Italy, Spain, France, other countries, I don't know. It's a big mashup, and it's just a really small lane with like plants everywhere. It looks dead fancy. Nicest street in Hamilton, I would say. We've had a look around Hamilton, and now we are going back to the Backpackers Central Hamilton.
Potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in the stew.
So it's a pretty quiet evening, and Laura is making pies today.
Question. Who did George Bush defeat in the 2000 US presidential election?
Al Gore.
Correct.
We are joined by a couple of the staff from the Backpacker Central to have a nice little meal and a nice little chat.
Hopefully it stops raining tomorrow so we can go see Bridal Veil Falls, not under the rain.